believe it or not, it's the first ever bilateral T20I series between these two teams here in India, and they know that this right here, this is Rohit Gardens. This is his den. This is where his bat has done all the talking. Expect some fireworks today. Let's find out what's on the show. So some of the big boys are back for the Windies along with a few new faces. And what about the Indian camp? Potential debuts. We are anticipating that today. We kept our eye on the Indian team to see how they're prepared for this series. Because you know it, we follow the Blues.
If he hadn't scored 264 and wasn't that little bit tired, that also would have gone for a 6.
But I mean, it's really no surprise that he in fact is our Dream 11 player to watch out for.
Scoring a lot of runs in the 50-over competition and coming into T20 cricket, I think we should see success from him yet again with the bat in this game. And
look, we're also expecting to see debutants in both camps. So let me tell you about the men in blue. Krunal Pandya, after 3 seasons in the IPL where he scored over 500 runs, taken more than 25, the temperament for the big occasion. I mean, you've been a man of the final in an IPL final. Krunal Pandya has been waiting for that opportunity. He was with the team in England, finally gets that India cap on his head.
I guess मैं game by game जाना चाहता हूँ.
Krunal, along with many other Indian fans, also want to see the return of Karan Pollard. He has so much experience here. But speaking of experience here, DK, just think of the IPL this time around. He averaged about 70 in chases.
He runs he got, and if he doesn't get runs in this series, then I think he'll have to be very, very careful because even the T20 spot might be taken.
I tell you, two gentlemen that we will very keenly be watching is, remember the name, Carlos Brathwaite from that final. 340 was his strike rate in that final. And of course, the return of Pollard. I tell you what, there are 3 debutants in the ranks for these Windies. Now, you've seen some of them. You've seen the quicks that O'Shane Thomas. He came in here with a T20 reputation and he's got an opportunity to really show what he's made of. Absolutely no problems with seeing new talent and earth because we are expecting fireworks. We are expecting those power hitters as well. So how do you curb the big hitters of the Windies? Abaiju's masterclass. Take a look.
Master himself.
That's right. Thank you so much, gentlemen. What did we see in this IPL this season? Around 59 of the wickets here at Eden Gardens had in fact fallen to the spinners. What will the conditions be like? Let's find out in our Nerulac pitch report.
The captains are going to do.
We can't wait and watch for this one, the first match here in this 3-match T20I series. We're going to take a breather. Don't you go anywhere because this the Windies, the title. Captains are ready, aren't they, for see the toss out here? And we're quite excited as well because believe it or not, these two teams have not played a bilateral T20 series against each other in India. So we're pretty excited about that. The only thing that we do know, we know it's going to happen in the toss, is that we do in fact have 5 debutants across the park. And well, that's always a little fun. Just about 15 seconds for the toss. But hey, that's fun for us.
Yes, I think, India's never played the world champion. So it's a great opportunity.
It really is a great opportunity, isn't it, from a sense from both these teams' point of view, because some big hitters are back. Let's go over to the toss.
Everyone, and welcome to the first T20 International. Is that India have won the toss and they're going to field first.
Thank you so much for that. Like I said, 5 debutants. That's exciting, but it's also been fun because Darren always reminds us.
They've been here for a long time, so they will bolster this T20 international team, and I expect good things from this Windies team.
There are some players here that come in with extraordinary strike rates as well from both camps, which is why we're expecting a battle of the sixes. So there you go, this venue, Eden Gardens, it is emotional for both these camps. In fact, let me take you back to 1993 with something meant to both these nations between India and West Indies. It was the Hero Cup final. It was when we saw Anil Kumble take 6 for 12 to see India triumph. Reminiscing about that victory 25 years later, it was such an important chapter in Indian cricketing's history where you believe that, okay, now we are world beaters, we can, do this in multi-nation tournaments.
Exactly, because, one-day cricket. And so therefore, this was very, very important to keep their head and win a tight game. And,
Applying that, isn't it? So what an extraordinary situation. Let's have a look at the Windies team for some of these youngsters to learn.
Could really make use of the opportunity and register the first win in this T20 competition.
That's right, and try and put some pressure on the men in blue as well. 2 debutants, including Khalil.
Enter place for themselves. in the matches.
It's a different pressure for the experienced ones, because if the youngsters are here to learn, then someone like Pollard is slipping a little bit into the experienced veteran role. Although don't tell him that I called him a veteran, okay? Because I'm pretty sure he's out to prove a lot of people wrong with those sort of numbers in the CPL that he's had.
Yeah, I think for him as well is for him just to do well.
And also tell his team how Rohit Sharma captains, because that is something that Pollard knows very, very well. In fact, Aaron had a chance to speak to him a little earlier on. Let's hear what he had to say. All right, we'll have a look at that. It's not exactly ready, but that's what Darren was telling us as well, in terms of the fact that he is looking forward to that role. But we're also so used to seeing Pollard. You know, here's the difference. You've seen him in IPL over the years. You've had an opportunity. This IPL in particular was a little hard at times for Pollard, but that intimate knowledge that he has of Rohit Sharma as a captain.
Yes, he will know exactly what kind of moves that Rohit will be making.
It certainly will be, all right. But that is something that we'll be really keen to see. But something else that Indian fans will enjoy seeing is the man, Shimron Hetmeyer. He's enjoyed himself so far on this tour. He's really stood up. And now maybe this is the format where he can let loose even more.
The Windies will be very happy with his development. He dominated at the under-9